Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Friday, May 20th, 2022 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is, when I honor my values, I honor my divine worth. And today it is our last day of Sun in Taurus. We will have the Sun moving out of Taurus into Gemini at 6:22 p.m. Pacific time. I'll talk a little bit about Sun in Gemini, but that scope is going to be tomorrow. I'm going to talk more about the effect of the Sun moving into Gemini today, because we also have the Moon moving into Aquarius. So between the Moon moving into Aquarius early in the day, what time is it moving in? 5:53 a.m. Pacific time. We have the Moon moving into Aquarius and the Sun moving into Gemini at 6:22 p.m. plus a meetup of the Moon and Mercury at some point in the day. The electrical, mental energies are spiking. So today is a day when you wake up first thing, don't grab your phone, don't look at it. Instead, breathe into your body. Picture your grounding cord, connect your grounding cord to the earth, open up your pathways through your body in which the energy moves through you. Imagine that. I always imagine it kind of swirling through. And if you need to, do a brain dump, do a mental dump of anything swirling in your head. Get out your journal, write it all out, and leave it behind. Because this energy can just feel like too much. And that's the thing. I love the way the astro progresses. Having Taurus before Gemini. Taurus is where we're like, oh, this is important to me. This is important to me. This is important to me. Because in Gemini, we open to whole new worlds, right? Gemini is where we learn. Gemini is where we listen. Gemini is like, oh, that shiny thing there. Oh, that shiny thing. Oh, this is so interesting. And it's nice for us to learn and expand and grow. But it's always good to have a good foundation to come back for. And so with this last day of Sun in Taurus, we really want to be working on feeling set in our foundation. It doesn't mean things can't change, but it's that feeling of like, this is important. And what is important shouldn't necessarily change with a drop of a hat or a change of a season or a change of a sign, if you know what I mean. That's what's really important, the things that don't change very easily. So be aware of that in today's energy. Before the moon shifts into Aquarius, we're going to have a few connections with the Moon in Capricorn. I was looking at Moon in Capricorn conjuncting Pluto, and I was like, with the Plutonic energy, we do have a little bit more Plutonic energy to move through with the Moon and Pluto. You may have this show up in your dreams. You, again, may have some power control issues come up. Just be aware of that. That will be in the middle of the night for a large portion of you watching, but some of you may wake up like facing those feels of like, gotta control this thing. If you are feeling the control vibe, chances are, trying to find what these words drop in. If you're focusing so much on the control vibe, again, chances are that you're not actually sitting in your power like we discussed yesterday. So be aware of that as the Sun's moving away from Pluto. And even as we're working through this Pluto retrograde, the control comes up a lot of times when we are not knowing our power. So awareness of that. Moon will also connect to the Sun and Mars. So the Sun at 29 degrees, Moon 29 Capricorn, Sun 29 Taurus. Capricorn energy, Moon and Capricorn can also be very good for commitment. And so this is just kind of like setting in that commitment to your values. It's interesting because a lot of time I look at this card as the shoulds card, right? The morality card. And it can be very uncomfortable. But when I was looking at it in this set of cards that I had, it just felt like, as well, just like, yes, I'm aware of what's important. It felt like decision. It felt like, well, it has awareness next to it. It felt like awareness, like, yes, this is important, and I'm keeping this energy, I'm holding strong to this energy. It's kind of like the feeling that I got looking at that. So we have that in the morning. Moon into Aquarius, 5:53 a.m. All right, so again, between Moon and Aquarius, Sun in Gemini for the next few days. we are going to have more ideas, more mental energy popping off for us. It can be quite uncomfortable too, you know? So that's why I'm kind of like, yeah, take your time with this energy. If you have a sensitive nervous system, know what you need to do to help settle yourself. That's going to be really important. Moon in Aquarius brings innovation. It brings new ideas. It also can bring our awareness to vibrations. That's the thing. Like Gemini is like, oh, I'll match with this. I'll match with this. I'll match with that. Be aware of what vibration is valuable to you and be able to like stand in that. Again, it doesn't mean that we don't visit these things, but know what to come back to. That's kind of the essence I keep getting in this scope. After the moon shifts into Aquarius, it's going to connect with Mercury. So again, like I said, just really strong vibes. I'm going to actually check what degree. Yeah, Mercury is going to be at 1 degree, heading back to that 0 degree. If you have had Mercury retrograde stuff going on, just know you're not the only one. The Mercury mischief may spike as Mercury goes to 0 degrees and then back into 29 Taurus this weekend. Just keep your awareness around that and see where you can laugh it off. I want to remind people, because we get like, so we can be so triggered by Mercury retrograde. If things fall apart, sometimes it is because you have been resisting an upgrade. And so there may be an upgrade that is for you in this energy. Moon and Jupiter also connecting. So yesterday we had Mercury and Jupiter. Today we have the Moon and Aquarius and Jupiter. Ideas popping off. These feel really good. Again, just be aware of impulsivity with these energies. The sun will move into Gemini at 6:22 p.m. With this, again, mental spiking. But Gemini it's a fun sign. We're meant to have fun during this energy. So if we can do our due diligence and clear out the overspinning, Gemini can be a very beautiful, playful, connecting time. Gemini loves to connect. The sun will be at 0 degrees. So Mercury hanging out at that 0 degree, the sun at 0 degree. We're going to have some 0 degree wonk. You may not necessarily feel like playing, connecting in this energy. Take your time. And again, getting out a journal for Gemini, I'm going to try to discipline myself to do this. It's funny, I hate to write. My teacher Kufu told me, Mimi, you need to write. And I hate to write, but I see that when I do that, especially when I mind dump or write in my journal, even write my intentions, things happen. It is worth it. So I'm putting myself out there and I'm hoping to do that. I love this. I have the Beyond Illusion card. I'm also feeling that again in regards to the Taurus. Beyond Illusion, what is important to you? And right next to it, I have the Lovers card as well. Holding on to the importance of love in and through any of the change that Sun in Gemini can bring. The last card that we have is the Outsider. So taking some time with your inner child in and through all this energy may also be very important. This definitely is a mental card. It's a 5. 5 can bring in that mental energy. So it's starting to swirl. You may see some inner child thoughts rising up, whether they were things that were important to your inner child or things that you forgot that are important to your inner child that you need to bring forth within yourself. So I will be back tomorrow with the scope for Gemini. Besides this, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power. Honor your values. And I forgot to say, you can always book a reading with me. Namaste.